Ahoy, morning breathers. Happy Wednesday. It's amazing. I remembered it was Wednesday.
Hump day.
Hump day.
Hump day.
We try.
Yeah.
Jackson, we try.
It's still not the same.
But it's not him.
No.
So we're here. The three of us. Just the three of us. Boss man Matt.
Ahoy, Skipper.
It's very calming.
It is. Ahoy, Skipper.
Ahoy
I don't
to
want to
you,
sound
bo-
seductive. That just don't want that.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
calm, relaxed. Ahoy, Skipper.
We couldn't do anything without SPP in the house.
Ahoy, Skipper.
Ahoy to you, my lad. We split up duties this morning, I see.
Mm-hmm.
You had one light. Man had the other.
Felt like divvying up the work today, you know.
Chores.
Mm-hmm.
We were given chores without a list.
I know. It's tough. I had to flip that switch. It was hard stuff.
Speaking of list, I read a thing this morning. I don't know.
Okay.
Are you the kind of person that when you go to the grocery store, do you handwrite your grocery list?
I put it on my phone.
It tells me a lot. Okay, tells me a lot about you.
My wife writes a list out. We have a master list for all the groceries, and Stacy does most of the big grocery shopping, right? So when I go and I need 3 or 4 things, I will put it in my phone. If I had to do a whole big list, we would write it down. So a little of both. But when I go, it's usually for just a few things, but I will put those in my phone.
Okay, so you're a combo man.
A little bit.
All right. Well, I didn't read the whole story because it was longer than I wanted. Longer than I cared to.
Because I got bored halfway through.
I did. That's what this phone has done to me.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm done talking about this now. Let's go on to something else.
Exactly.
I'm just kidding. SPP, do you make a list, a handwritten list?
In
Or
terms
do you
of
just
certain-
DoorDash everything?
Well, no, I don't DoorDash groceries. I do my own grocery
Oh, for
shopping.
God's sakes, no.
No, I wouldn't allow them to do
Who would
such
do
thing.
that? They're going to touch your food?
But no, I come up with a list of like a couple items that I really need. But for the most part, I go through every aisle and just see what I think I
Oh,
need.
you're one of those. Mm-hmm. So you could be an impulse buyer.
Yes, I very much am an impulse buyer.
So
I would count myself in that category quite a bit.
I'm not quite a bit, but occasionally there are things that don't make my list that I go, got to have that.
Yeah.
There's these granola bars I really like. Mm-hmm. And Patty likes them too.
Yeah.
And the grandkids.
So are you a paper list?
I will so I got a list together for my shrine party.
Oh, yeah. So if something
Handwritten.
like that, I would probably handwrite that.
Almost always handwritten. Otherwise, I'm usually like I live so close to grocery. It's my pantry.
Right. See, that's the way I
I
shop.
go more than once.
That's the way I shop too. I go for what my immediate needs are, and if I need to go back tomorrow, I just go back tomorrow, right? Now, my wife is the one that, like I said, she's the one doing the major shopping and kind of has a thought in mind for the whole week, and not me. I'm more like you. It's like,
yeah, I like it. I like a list, but it says that those of us that handwrite a list are probably the same kind of people that will have a calendar. Like we see our calendar over there, and they will handwrite notes on a calendar of things to do that day. I do not do that because I live by my phone calendar.
yeah, Outlook,
I don't
or whatever. Yeah.
I don't know. It's my phone.
Yeah, it's all
Matt.
good. It's all good.
What do you mean Outlook?
We don't need
What
to talk about specifics.
the hell's that? Just a realtor, you know. I don't know.
Outlook's pretty standard across.
At break, I'll show you what I use.
No, it's all
because
good.
I don't know what it is.
It's all good. I'm not.
I just thought it was a calendar.
whatever works for you.
Okay. But it says we are more, those that write it out are more goal driven. And we will accomplish goals. People that do lists are just, I don't know, there's something about them. Their brain's wired a little different than those of us that rely on this to make notes and lists. And so we're combos.
Yeah.
I feel we're all combos.
Yeah. So, yeah, as far as a to-do list, not getting away from the grocery list, but as far as a to-do list,
They're lists.
I've tried. I just can't. I've tried. I've had fancy online to-do lists that you can check off and they disappear. I've tried.
And they give you trophies and stuff.
Yeah, I've had those, and I do great for a week, and then it's just like whatever. And then I think, all right, I'm gonna write it down, and I got a book, and I have a page in there that I can write things down, and I'll do that for a week, and then I'm doing my own thing anyway. So I'm terrible with to-do lists. Grocery lists are a little different, but a to-do list, I just can't make myself do it. But I do have a calendar. I have multiple calendars in my office. I'm all about, I have the whole year. I have multiple calendars. And I do I hand wrote on there when our baseball and softball games are, but not like goals and things I got to get done today.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't know. I found it somewhat interesting for about, minute and a half.
Right.
And that's as far as I got.
Yeah. Peter's got his own calendar. He made his own calendar.
Yeah, there's stuff up there that I still haven't gotten through. There's a lot of words up there, SPP.
Just a lot of reminders for myself.
Words. As long as it makes sense to you. Just so you know, if there's anything private or some things I shouldn't know,
You still don't know.
I still don't know. They could have been there forever.
Maybe I should put some private stuff up there just to see if anybody catches it.
It's the fine print.
Little Easter eggs.
Yeah.
Just hide them in there.
Read the fine print.
Yeah. So you brought up DoorDash groceries. So I think you can DoorDash groceries, but like all the grocery stores.
All the grocery stores have their own
online
DoorDash
thing.
service.
Do you do that?
No.
See, I don't either. I don't.
I only DoorDash like food, fast food, stuff
Yeah.
like that, but not groceries.
Yeah, my daughter in Kirksville, she does. She'll order it online and then she'll just go pick it up and not walk to the store. I've walked to the store. I can't believe that this. Well, first of all, the stores don't look any less empty. I mean, mostly the stores are pretty full, but I can't believe the stores want you to do that. I know they have to. It's kind of the way things are going. Mm-hmm. But I'm just like you said. I don't know if I've ever had a list that I've stuck to exactly 100%. I'm always picking up an extra thing here or there or whatever.
There's just something.
Yeah.
But what I cannot do is I cannot just walk up and down every aisle. I cannot do that. That makes no sense to me. I'm not saying you're wrong.
I just always feel like
me.
I'm forgetting something. So if I go down every aisle, I like check off, okay, I don't need that. I don't need that. So I've been everywhere. So I know I didn't forget something.
Right.
Yeah, but sometimes I'm looking for something and can't find
I
it.
was just gonna say that.
And so I've just missed it.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to find somebody, a helpful smile somewhere.
I've done that where I've had 5 things in my cart not on my list, and I can't find the other 5 things
came
that
here
are on
for
my
nothing.
list because I missed them.
And then there's sometimes I go to the store for something,
Come on with something.
and I'll be damned if I can remember what it was. I had to call Patty and say, "What did I come here for?" Because I got this and this and this.
And she says, "You just to get you out of the house for a minute. That's why you came."
Dumbass. Just get your baloney or whatever it was.
Whatever.
So I'm not an up and down the aisle. Patty is. She will go up and down every aisle.
Yeah. Well, like I said, Stace does the heavy lifting on the shopping for us, but
And I'm an in and out shopper.
I am too.
I'd rather not talk to anybody.
yep.
Let me get my shit done. Stuff done.
Go get what you need and get out. Yeah.
Yep. Kind of how I do all my shopping.
Agreed.
There's that extension cord I need. I'm out.
Agreed.
I don't know. If I go to the mall or something, I wouldn't mind going with a friend and talking while I'm shopping. But yeah, everything else, go in,
go
get
with
your
a
stuff,
friend.
get out.
Yeah.
Big deal.
Not me. If I need a new pair of pants and I want to go to Kohl's and get a pair of pants and I take my wife, I'm like, oh, crap. All I want to do is go ahead and grab a pair of pants, get out of there.
You're going to be looking at
And,
stuff for a
yeah,
while.
And so then we're in Kohl's for how long? Just the way it goes.
Yep. Life.
Life.
The speaking of life, the Southeast Iowa Video Network is provided live by KCTC, among others.
Thank you, JC.
Thanks, Casey, and all the gang over at KCTC and the Morning Breath crew. The three of us, once again, are sponsored by Hy-Vee and Hy-Vee Fast and Fresh.
Thank you, Willie.
Thanks, Willie.
Denise says, I'm up and down every aisle, and if it's something new, I buy it. Kevin tries all kinds of foods. And Jeff says, I'm the opposite. In fact, it's probably been months since I went to a grocery store for a big shop.
Yeah, I don't ever get a big cart.
No, neither do I. Unless the exception would be when I need to get like cat litter because I buy it in a 40-pound box, and I'll get a cart for that. But
That you should use that There's some pet thing that delivers right to your door.
Oh yeah, I haven't done that.
Pet Smart. Pet Smart.
I think that you could probably get it several different places. I haven't done that, but
That way you don't have to lug it anywhere except in the house.
yeah. Yeah.
Just a thought, boss man.
Yeah.
So let's see. Have I done everything I'm supposed to do?
I think so. I
I've
think
done
we're-
introductions. I did that.
Mm-hmm.
I did the other thing. What else we got?
so. Here's just
That's horrible language. What else do we have, boss man?
here's just a quick little thing.
What else do we got?
What else we got?
Scold me right now.
My grandma was an old English teacher, and if we spoke incorrectly, we had to put a nickel in the jar. And it's like I ran out a lot of nickels. She'd get on me. She'd get on all of us.
What are you going to do when they quit making nickels?
Yeah, I know. Exactly. Exactly. So at Disney, apparently, little kids can do a makeover. And they try to encourage all these makeovers. Number one, probably because it costs a lot, but you can become a princess or a knight, right? But part of this process and part of the reason why they offer this service is because when you go in there, they casually and nonchalantly check all the children for lice. Which I think is okay. I mean, you don't want your kid to have it and whatever. But my first thought on this is that's somebody's job. They have random, strange children. Their job is to check them for lice and not let the child know that they're checking them for lice.
What happens if they do?
Well, I don't know. I suppose they're like
They put them in lockdown or something.
Yeah, maybe out of the park. We'll still take your money, but you're out of the park.
Before we make you this princess,
We gotta,
we're running you through this new little thing.
yeah.
You
So
have to comb your hair.
So I get that on some level, and they're trying to prevent the spread, and there's a lot of kids around Disney, but somebody gets paid. I don't know. You'd have to pay me a lot. I'm not checking a random kid's head for lice.
And they couldn't get all of them because not all the kids sign up.
Not all the kids sign up for that, so I don't know how they would nonchalantly grab a kid in the middle of the park and say, "Hi,
Hey, you want to be a queen?
you wanna let me check your
Let's
part?"
see. Yeah, you're good,
And
candidate.
it'd be hard to do with those Mickey hands. So
For sure.
Cindy says, "No child left behind" means you can't send. Can't send kids home for lice to the school. Apparently, so if you find it, you have to. Well, that's interesting.
Do tell, because I'm not turning around.
That's all right. That's all she says. No child left behind means you can't send home
Oh,
for lice. Since Cindy's part of the school, I assume that means if they find lice on the kids at school, you can't send them home for that.
I can't remember if kids in my elementary school got sent home for lice or not. I don't. Maybe.
I think we did.
one of my kids had it. And it
Because I've had lice a couple times, but I don't remember getting kicked out of school for
I don't
it.
think we went to
I don't-
school.
I don't remember if she
I don't remember.
had to stay home or not.
I don't remember.
I remember my daughter has a lot of hair. And that took a while.
To check all that,
Holy
get it cleaned out of
smokes.
there.
That was just horrible. Like cleaning everything, but getting that little comb through all her hair.
Yeah, and so do you remember that? So you know whether you had it or had a kid that had it. After you get done, you just feel like it's like creepy. Doing that to a 1,000 little stranger kids a day at Disney, I'd be like, no. Yeah,
Just have,
Better.
they have to pay well.
they'd have to pay well,
I bet it's not very good.
It's probably not.
I bet
and
it's
you have
not
to
very
and you have to
good.
wear a princess costume while you do it.
Ugly. I don't know. I think that's better than the job of taking the poo and turning it into a pill.
Turn it into a pill.
That's a way better job.
Maybe.
Give me the lice job.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Here's what I want you to do. I know you're just an intern, but I want you to go over and this poo over here, I need you to put it in pill form for me.
Go ahead and freeze dry that.
Go ahead and freeze dry that. Cindy says they stay in school and you send notes home that there's a case in the building. When my kids went to school, they sent them home. Makes my head itch just talking about it. It does.
Another argument for my hairstyle.
Yeah,
Lice is very easy to pick up.
I think it's what my dad always said when we had lice. He's like, I can get rid of it really quickly.
Yes.
Done.
Mm-hmm.
Where are they hiding?
Where are they going to go?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. But you had that little tiny comb and yeah.
I also remember when I used to have loose teeth, and my dad goes, "I can fix that really easily. I got a hammer in the garage."
Yeah. A hammer seems to be on the extreme end of things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Shaving your head, I think, would be more than knocking a tooth out with a hammer. I would be more okay with shaving my
They were
head.
both as terrifying to me, equally. So,
Equally terrifying.
so it didn't matter. The job got done, either way. The mind games worked.
No, Dad, I'll take care of it.
It's like
It's not as loose as I thought.
Yeah,
It's fine.
I got this. It's okay.
Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. It's oddly enough, today is National Corn Cob Day.
Yeah.
Corn on the cob day.
Corn on the cob day.
on
Well,
the
why
cob day.
now?
Yeah, that's a silly time. We're not, although you can get it,
Yeah, but it's not.
we're not getting the good stuff.
Not getting the good stuff.
No, we need a couple more weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, like late July, right?
Well, late July is the best stuff. The early July from the market, our area markets.
Right.
I would have thought around fair time would probably be the best.
Well, fair time here is mid-July.
Late July. Mid to late July.
Okay.
For the Washington County Fair, anyway. The Jefferson County Fair is like in next week or in a couple weeks. They do theirs early. But State Fair is then in August. But
So the deal, what I know about sweet corn is the hotter it gets, the sweeter
you know,
the sweet corn
needs
gets.
that good heat, good humidity.
Needs some heat.
Cook it up.
It's supposed to get hot today. I'm going golfing today.
You're gonna be warm.
I missed last week, but just in the morning.
All right, well, you might
late
be all right.
morning.
It's gonna be
I'll be
warm later.
I'll be fine. And I have a first. I'm golfing the Amana Colonies.
Are you?
I've never golfed there.
I've never golfed there, never seen it, but
Yeah,
I
we-
hear it's really nice.
Years ago, well, when it was built, it was like one of the premier courses in Iowa.
Didn't they do a pro? Didn't the pros come through there at some point?
I don't recall. Boss, I really don't recall. I don't know. I'm looking forward to playing it. It's a fundraiser for Youth for Christ, which we got involved with to help out. Patty's helping run that thing. So it'll be my first time, but a 4-person best ball, thankfully. We'll see what that's all about.
Yeah, you still got to hit every shot, though. I guess you do on all of them.
I do. I wouldn't have to, because if there's a really good drive,
Just be like, nope,
Say-
it's all good.
I don't think there's a chance in hell I'll ever get it that far. So let's just go.
Let's just
move on.
move on.
7:32. I think it's. I'd say it's time to take our first break.
Yes.
All right, we'll be right back.
Introducing Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every meal is a delight. Start your day with our mouthwatering breakfast options and savor flavorful lunches with friends and family. Cap off your day with our delectable dinners. Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every moment is delicious.
I love helping people. I always wanted to help people. That's what I love the most.
We do a really good job of growing our own, but also we are able to take your skills, adapt them to what we need, or grow them as well.
Our leadership group here, they are actively involved, always supportive of our new ideas and innovation here at the hospital.
Washington County Hospital and Clinics. Apply today.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you with a flexible financing you need to install that all-season room or remodel your kitchen with a home equity line of credit. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
Ahoy, Morning Breathers, and welcome back. Wednesday's edition of the Morning Breath.
Hump day.
Hey, my good friend John, I was at a softball game, middle school softball game last night.
Sure.
and we were over in L&M. My good friend John was over there, and he says, well, can you give me one good reason? I says, I went ahead and made it through the whole dog breath. He calls the show dog
Right.
breath. Is there any compelling reason I should continue to watch this? Well, that's a hell of a thing to ask me, John.
It is.
But my answer was, well, I assume we made you smile. I got nothing. Here, you should talk about this, and something about what the Mormons think are unnecessary women's undergarments. That's what he brought up. So here I am, John. If you're listening, I'd like to know what you guys think that might be.
Well, I'd probably have to research that. I just don't know.
If it was me guessing, I'd say it would be pantyhose, because I don't know that they're worn anymore.
Yeah, I would. Do Mormons wear dresses all the time? I don't
know.
I don't know either.
I think they're just. I think they wear whatever they want.
Okay,
It's just something. That's what he came up with.
I don't know. I don't know a good answer for that.
Did Joseph Smith have anything in mind in the book that talks about this?
Well, I would assume it's all about modesty. So as much as you can cover up, and as big as, I mean, you're not wearing thong underwear, I would think, if you're a Mormon. I think you're wearing granny panties.
It's covered up. Everything covered up.
Well,
with your everything else.
Yeah, I don't know. If we're talking specifically undergarments, I'm thinking in the Mormons, and don't know, and if don't strike me down if I'm wrong, but I'm thinking bigger is better.
I told John, I said, well, the guys that show up to this are not going to really have any clue.
We're just going to be making up. Denise has not worn pantyhose in years.
I wonder if, who makes pantyhose? Hey, can you even find them anymore? I've never looked.
Yeah, I think so.
Do bank robbers still use them? Is that the only market now?
Maybe. You get put on a watch list whenever you buy pantyhose.
Exactly.
It's
You
like
have to-
Sudafed. You can't go.
sign them out.
That's a good thought.
That is a good thought. I think I'm sure you can still buy them. I'm sure some people still.
I don't know that I've ever noticed.
Well, I've never worn them, or bought them. So
Joe Namath used to wear them.
well, he got paid big money to do so.
I thought he did it to stay warm.
Yeah, I think he did not.
Oh,
But if you want to have tan-looking legs and you don't have time to tan, I suppose you can get some suntan pantyhose. And
I'm going to put that on my list.
yeah, there you go. If you
Just see if I can find them.
yeah, I'm sure you can. I've never looked for them, so I don't know.
Things just disappear, at times. I like certain soap, like Lever 2000. I love that soap. Can't find it anymore.
Is that the stuff with the pumice in it?
Oh no, that
I
was
think we've
lava.
talked about this
Lava,
before.
that's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is Lever. It was just my favorite soap, and you could always get it in like an 8-pack or something. No more. And so I asked a grocery person one time. I said, "What's up with that?" And it turns out that the general public prefers the liquid soap now. And so everybody's got the soap dispensers in their showers, or the body wash stuff.
I still use a bar soap.
Give me a bar soap.
I'm a Dial guy.
Dial?
Yeah, they still make that.
They do. But it's harder to find that stuff in bigger things. That's what I've found.
Yeah, well, they have all these specialties. So I did buy one time. I bought the Sasquatch or whatever. One of those, whatever men's soap. Yeah, whatever. But you can only buy it a single, and it's like $8 or something for.
Well, you get really clean.
I'm not so sure you do, or any more clean than regular soap.
You smell like a Sasquatch.
You smell like. Do you want to smell like a Sasquatch?
Start growing hair in places you never knew you could.
Okay.
I'm just. Peter, you're looking at me like what is wrong with me?
Really funny look.
I'm trying to remember. I think that was like a Goosebumps episode one time. It was like someone was using soap and they turned into like a werewolf because they started growing hair. I don't know.
They were using Sasquatch soap.
They were, yeah. It was a sponsorship 20 years in advance or something.
Exactly. But the thing, the lava soap with the pumice, it would work. It was good stuff, but it worked because it just removed the skin from your body.
Yeah, take that that first epidural epidural layer. It's not needed.
No. If you want to exfoliate, just use some lava soap.
Get after it.
And get after it.
Get after it.
Denise says you don't have to wear pantyhose anymore because now they make tanning lotion that you just put on your skin, so you don't even need the suntan colored pantyhose anymore. You just lotion up.
I see. I didn't know why women wore pantyhose, so I'd like to know why. Was it to look tan or was it to look smooth? Because, like, if you didn't shave and, the leg stubble wouldn't show. These are problems women have that we don't know.
I know. And you know what? I'm going to let you run with that. I think there's...
I think Denise is going to spill the beans, spill the tea on that.
I'm not touching it.
I think she's going to spill the tea. I would not want to be a woman.
No, God, no.
Shaving your legs, every pits, and
not
whatever.
Happening. Not happening. I'm also
stopping there.
I'm not diving into that pool. You're on your own there.
What's yarn bombing?
You put yarn we've seen them around town occasionally. You put yarn creations around town, like they dress up the light poles. And
they do that to my tree.
Yeah, yes, that's yarn bombing.
It's not my tree; it's the city's tree.
But still, that's yarn bombing.
Huh? Who knew? Well, National Yarn Bombing Day.
It's very weird to have a specific day for it. Just wouldn't think about it.
That's why they have a day for it, so to increase awareness of yarn bombing.
Oh, yarn. Where do you get yarn anymore? Because what was that? What's that big? This is just Women's Day today, isn't it? They have yarn.
We really do need Greta's perspective today.
And
Denise is trying to help.
Mm-hmm.
Go on.
Just a minute. Material, like for people that sew.
Yeah.
There's the name of a store that went chapter 11 or 12 or 13.
Joanne Fabrics. Yeah.
So where do you go get yarn to bomb somebody?
It's funny you say that because I just saw something yesterday that Michael's Craft, whatever they do, is picking up a lot of Joanne's.
Good idea,
inventory.
Michael's.
Yes.
Good idea.
But if you were doing some serious knitting, are you trusting Joanne or are you trusting Michael?
Well, I think it's Mikkel.
Mikkel.
Let's see. What's Denise saying?
Denise says when we were growing up, we used Nair. It took the hair right off your legs.
Yeah.
Before my younger brother knew how to read, he used it as shampoo.
Oh, boy.
He looked like Tim for weeks. My mom was pissed. Your hose looked tan, and it covered your muffin top and made you look a little thinner.
Okay. So then they came out with Spanx.
Yes.
And then the leggings.
Yeah. Spanx are, they're not like pantyhose. They're to hold everything in place, I think.
Yeah, well, she's kind of saying
She is.
I don't know. Well, enough about all this. Let's take another break and we get set for the day. Jeez.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
Attention Hy-Vee shoppers, introducing Hy-Vee Perks, your ticket to exclusive savings and rewards. Access exclusive perks, prices, earn gas discounts, and unlock special deals. All this for free. Join Hy-Vee Perks today and start saving.
Bring the kids, share the memories, celebrate 75 years of traditions at the Midwest Old Threshers Reunion. Relive the magic of steam engines, antique cars, and trucks, tractors, gas engines, and horses. Whether it's your first visit or a cherished tradition, you'll enjoy the delicious foods, the thrill of an Old West shootout, and the excitement of nightly grandstand entertainment. For 75 years, this has been the place where memories are made at the 2025 Midwest Old Threshers Reunion, August 28th through September 1st in Mount Pleasant, Iowa. Visit oldthreshers.com for more details.
The Connie and Amanda team is dedicated to giving back to our community by actively engaging with our clients, businesses, and the public. When it comes to helping you find your next home, investment, or commercial space, the Connie and Amanda team is here for you.
Ahoy, morning breathers. Welcome back to this editions of Trials and Tribulations of Being a Woman.
Starting three dudes.
Three guys' version of what it's like to be a woman.
So here's a couple comment from Ray. So speaking about your dad knocking out a tooth with a hammer, my uncle, this is a real true story. He got braces when he was a teenager, and did not want them. Did not like them, and so he got pliers and ripped his own braces off his teeth. That's a true story.
There's the guy that just didn't want to deal with it.
He just did not want to deal with it, so he handled it.
Do you know how sensitive your teeth are when you have braces?
No idea.
Yeah, I never had braces, but I can imagine.
That is,
I will tell you this. His teeth today, and he's an older gentleman these days, but his teeth today look like he ripped his braces off with a pair of pliers. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, ripped his braces off with pliers. He also says Ray says Mormon men and women wear white one-piece underwear. They're referred to as magical underwear.
Ooh. Things that only Ray will know.
Only Ray would know.
Thank you for the input, Ray. I don't know, SVP, should we get set for the day?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Let's get set for the day. It is Wednesday. It is the 11th day of June.
No
this is
today.
episode 328.
I found myself saying "ope" the other day just because.
Why not? It's a fun little word.
It's a good word.
It's a good word. Time right now, 7:47 a.m. Temperature in Fairfield and Mount Pleasant and Washington, 67 degrees across the board. Sunny with a few clouds today. Stray shower is possible. A high of 92.
Well, it is June 11th.
I just said that.
I wanted to make sure that everybody knew.
You passed.
We all passed. 92, a low of 63. Today's headlines from SoutheastIowaUnion.com. Fairfield's Don Kramer receives a call to valor. Ethnic slur, it was not a prank to those charged in physical altercation in Mount Pleasant. And Family Medicine Clinic opens in Keota.
Oddly enough, National German Chocolate Day does not make the headlines.
I was going to ask that.
Southeast
National German Chocolate Day on the same day as Corn on the Cob Day. It's a weird combo, but if you got to do it, you got to do it.
I don't know. I think I go for both. Although German chocolate cake is always in season. Corn on the cob, we're holding out for a couple more weeks.
Yep. Good stuff's coming.
Good stuff's coming. No varsity sports tonight.
You guys have been off for a while.
We have. Last Thursday was our last game.
Well, we'll have plenty next week.
Yeah,
we have 3 games in 5 days. So
I think 5 games in 5 days. I think.
Oh, because of doubleheaders. Yeah, we will.
Doubleheaders.
Imagine how the kids feel.
Yeah. Well, so they're still playing. I mean, they're going, like we talked about, softball team was in, obviously, they played 3 or 4 games over the weekend, and we just weren't there.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah.
They stay busy.
Next week's a big week for Demon Sports and the Southeast Iowa Video Network.
Okay. How's the concession stand there?
It's good. You know, you just can't hardly beat a dog at a ballpark. It's just
that you got to have one.
You just got to have a hot dog at the ballpark. They just hit different.
There's something about the concession stand at L&M. It's really good. They have this thing called Macho Nachos.
So you figured it out. This is the one you were talking about. Yeah.
Took me 3 visits, but I ordered it this time.
You got it figured out?
I was glad it made the switch from track to softball.
Right.
I always thought that once we get the wireless microphone, the wireless headset connection, that we would just have one person, that we would do the dollar dog challenge, where they'd have one. We would do 1 beer, but, we'll keep it just 1 hot dog an inning. So, yeah, we'll just check in on them every other inning, do 7 innings, and just see how they're doing.
See how it happens.
There you go.
7 dogs in 7 innings. But that's for future reference. That's for
One of
later
our
on.
goals.
It's one of the goals. It's one of the goals.
And whether you do it at softball or baseball makes a big difference because softball tends to go a little faster than baseball. So you have a little more time in baseball to ingest. In softball, you'd have to slam those things down.
Get it going.
Get her going in order to hit an inning.
So no time to put extra relish on anything.
Nope. You get it and go.
Start eating.
Yep.
Get it and go.
I'm sorry, Matt.
This day in history.
I interrupted.
On this day in 1982, Steven Spielberg's broadcast blockbuster E.T. the Extraterrestrial was released in theaters and is widely seen as a classic in American cinema. I saw that 5 times in the theater when it was released.
You're kind of a movie nut, though.
Well, I like movies. I like good movies. So, but I was a kid. So we had not unlike Washington. I grew up in Centerville. We had the Majestic Theater.
Oh, the old Majestic.
Yeah, the old Majestic Theater. I'd go with our parents just dropped us off and said, "Here, go watch a movie," and gave us $5, and you could get in. You could buy like a huge soda and like every candy you wanted for $5, and it was great.
Those were the days.
Yeah, and it was cheaper than
You didn't want to watch anything but E.T.?
So I saw a lot of movies at the Majestic Theater.
Okay.
A lot of movies.
You saw it 5 times, you said, in the theater.
I did see it 5 times. And it was only there for a week, I think. So I saw it 5 times in a week. E.T. was a good movie.
Were there things that you missed? Like when you went to the 5th time, you go, dang, I missed that all 4 times.
Yeah, I don't recall.
I just
Maybe.
wondered. Could be.
Maybe. It was a good movie.
It was a good movie. I liked it. Okay.
There you go.
Now what?
Now what? Peter, random joke, random quote, or random fact?
Today will be a random joke day.
Random joke.
You kind of went back, and your mind was going back to when you were a kid.
I'm going back to the kid.
I could just see you sitting there.
Those are awesome. We used to go on the balcony and sit on the front row, put our feet up, and eat candy, and it was awesome. Yeah, and I weighed 400 pounds as a kid too. But random joke. I've always wondered. I'm sure you've wondered as well. Do songbirds get mad at hummingbirds because they don't know the words? Deep thought there. Not such a good joke.
Takes me back.
It's a deep thought.
Takes me back to when you hummed a little verse way back in the early days.
You're reminiscing too. I'm going back to my childhood. You're going back a year. But
All right, today's takeaway. Boss man, do you have a takeaway today?
Stay in school, kids, so you don't get a job checking for headlights at Disney.
Yep, there's a good reason to pay attention.
Yes.
Because there's worse things.
There are worse things.
SPP?
Make sure to grab your pantyhose for when you want to look tanner and need to get a robbery going or something. I don't know.
For your next bank robbery experience.
You kind of stole a little thunder there, but I am going to definitely do more research into the Mormon undergarment world, and so I know what might be an issue there.
Yeah, do that on your personal computer, not your work computer.
Good idea. Okay, everybody, that's about all the time we have for today. I believe we'll be back tomorrow, and go out and enjoy the warm weather. 'Tis the season.
It is.
And have a great Wednesday. We shall return tomorrow. Until then, ahoy.
Ahoy.